إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because indeed all praise is for Him. We seek His help and His forgiveness, and we seek Allah's protection from the evil of ourselves and from sayyiati a'malina and from our bad actions. Whoever Allah guides, man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lah, then there's absolutely no one to misguide. So guidance is fully in the hands of Allah. وَمَن يُضْلِلْ فَلَا هَادِيَ لَهُ, and whosoever He leaves to misguide, then there is no one to guide him. And I witnessed that La ilaha illallah, but there's absolutely no one to be worshipped, no deity to be worshipped, except Allah alone. And He has absolutely no partners. And I witnessed that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His abd and His messenger, is His slave and His messenger. And this kalima here, La ilaha illallah, is the key to life. It's the key to happy living. And for us to really, if we want to live happy, then we must know this kalima. And that is not when I say happy living, I don't mean in the dunya alone. It is happy living in the dunya and in the akhirah. Because this is the essence of life in this world, and it is the key to enter into Jannah. So by this one kalima, La ilaha illallah, this one kalima is enough if a person understands it and implements it and fulfills its demands. So regardless of what else you study in this world or what else you spend your time with, this kalima is key to you to learn in full detail. You must know this kalima. You must understand it. You must understand its implication, because it is life. It is the essence of life. The person who doesn't live by this kalima, his life is going to be one of delusion and hardship without him realizing it. He might think he's living in ease, or she might think she's living in ease, but the reality is there's no ease in this life except with the kalima La ilaha illallah and the kalima Muhammadur Rasulullah. These two, put them together, they are the kalima of Islam, and they are the essence for happiness in this life and in the hereafter. So regardless of whatever else you know or you don't know in Islam, if you don't know this kalima, you really don't know anything about life. I mean, you might be praying your salat and whatever else, but sometimes even if a person does that, a person can be violating this kalima. And if a person violates this kalima, the salat is not valid. None of its good actions will be valid. So this is the key. This is the essence. If this is good, everything else is good. If this is good, then you would be doing things in a way that is going to be pleasing to Allah, because you would understand. You would understand Him, and that is your most essential need in this world, to understand who Allah is and to understand how to set up a proper relationship with Him. What is the requirement for this relationship? You would know this. So Inshaa Allah, brothers and sisters, we welcome you to today's session, the final session. That is the 16th. That is the final session for Foundation 1 Part 1, the 16th session. To reach here is a huge honor from our Lord Most High. We should really feel deep gratitude for this honor, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for having made it easy for us to stick with it. Since without His help we can do nothing. So we thank Him, the Almighty, knowing that regardless of how much gratitude we display, it would never be enough. And this is what I'm talking about the kalima. When I say about the kalima, when I talk about the kalima, if we understand the kalima, we would understand, how deficient we are, not only in displaying gratitude, but in every other aspect of our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to thank Him. And Allah says, وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. And if you show gratitude, Allah is going to give you increase. If you demonstrate gratitude, Allah is going to give you more. He's going to increase for you. And one of the characteristics of Allah, one of His names, is a shakur. And a shakur is the one who's appreciative. It comes from the word shukr, which means gratitude, right? But Allah is shakur. Allahu Akbar. Can you imagine that Allah is appreciative of the one who does the good action? Allahu Akbar. You know what that means? That is so amazing. So inshallah, let us try to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all times, in every moment of our life if we can. Every time you think of your life, think of gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it is essential to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this session, we will have a test of the concepts contained in lesson 13, 14, and 15, and we are going to review the three categories of phrases we studied. The possessive phrase, al-murakkab al-idafi, the demonstrative phrase, al-murakkab al-ishari, and the descriptive or adjectival phrase, al-murakkab al-tawsifi al-wasfi. We will also do a quick review of harakat al-i'rab, inshallah, which is case-ending signs. So we are going to be doing this test, inshallah. But before you start, I want you to stop this video and get your pencil and your pen. This test is a very comprehensive test for the three lessons. 1. All demonstrative pronouns, that's asma'ul ishara, are mabni. All demonstrative pronouns, asma'ul ishara, are mabni. Is this true or false? All demonstrative pronouns, asma'ul ishara, are mabni. Is this true or false? Is hadani mansub, marfu', majroor? None of the mentioned options. Is hadani mansub, marfu', majroor? None of the mentioned options. Asma'ul ishara can be lil qarib wal ba'id. True or false? Asma'ul ishara can be lil qarib wal ba'id. True or false? ذلك is lil qarib. ذلك is lil qarib. ذلك is lil qarib. True or false? أولئك is mabni. معرب lil qarib. None of the mentioned. أولئك is mabni. معرب lil qarib. None of the mentioned. أولئك is mabni. معرب lil qarib. None of the mentioned. For a phrase to be murakkabul ishari, for a phrase to be al-murakkabul ishari, a murakkabul ishari phrase, the ism that is pointed to, that is the mushar ilay, must not have the definite article. True or false? Pay attention to this question. Study it carefully. For a phrase to be from al-murakkabul ishari, the ism that is pointed to, that is al-musharu ilay, must not have the definite article. Is this true or false? For a phrase to be al-murakkabul ishari, the ism that is pointed to, that is al-musharu ilay, must not have the definite article. True or false? If the musharu ilay, if al-musharu ilay, which is the noun that is pointed to, does not have alif and lam, that is, it is indefinite. That is, the noun is indefinite, the noun that is pointed to is indefinite, then it would be a complete sentence. True or false? if the musharu ilay, which is the noun that is pointed to, like هذا الولد, the walad is the musharu ilay. If it does not have alif and lam, it is that is if it is indefinite, that is the word is indefinite, it is هذا waladun, waladun is the musharu ilay here, then it would be a complete sentence, true or false. The eighth question is, ذَلِكَ كِتَابٌ means, this is a book. That book. That is a book. This book. ذَلِكَ كِتَابٌ means, this is a book. That book. That is a book. This book. So let us answer inshallah. All demonstrative pronouns, asma'ul isharati, are mabni. This is false. Because the muthanna is murab. The mufrad and the jam' are mabni. هذاني is mansub, marfu, majroor, right? It is marfu. هذاني is marfu bi alif. This is dual. This is the muthanna, and the muthanna is marfu bi alif. Asma'ul isharati can be lil qarib wal ba'id. This is true. ذلك is lil qarib. This is not true, right? It is lil ba'id. So this is false. Ulaika is mabni, morab, lil qarib. It is not lil qarib, it is not morab, it is mabni. Okay? So ulaika is mabni. For a phrase to be al-murakkab al-ishari, the ism that is pointed to, that is the musharu ilay, must not have the definite article. This is false. It must have the definite article. It must have the definite article. So to say it must not have the definite article is totally incorrect. Right? If the musharu ilay, which is the noun that is pointed to, does not have alif and lam, that is, it is indefinite, then it would be a complete sentence. That is correct. That is true. So this is the bottom line here, that is, if it is indefinite, if it does not have alif and lam, right, this is what makes this statement here false. If it does not have alif and lam, then it would be a complete sentence. ذَلِكَ كِتَابٌ means, this is a book. That's not correct. ذَلِكَ means that, right? This book, that is a book. That is a book. That book means ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ, right? Like in the Quran, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. That book, there is no doubt in it. That is a book is the correct answer here, because it is a complete sentence. This is mubtada, and this is the khabar. ذَلِكَ, that is a book. Number one in this section, lesson 14. This is for lesson 14. That was lesson 13. Tilka ayatun means these ayats. Those are ayats. Those signs. None of the mentioned options. Tilka ayatun means these ayats. These signs. Those are ayats. Those are signs. Those signs. None of the mentioned options. Al-murakkabul idafi means the possessive phrase. Al-murakkabul idafi means the possessive phrase. True or false? Al-murakkabul idafi means the possessive phrase. True or false? The possessive expression is called al-idafa in Arabic. The possessive expression is called al-idafa in Arabic. Is this true or false? In some cases, the mudaf can be prefixed with al. True or false? In some cases, the mudaf can be prefixed with al. Is this true or false? The mudafun ilayh is always mansub, marfu', majroor, or madzum. The mudafun ilayh is always mansub, or marfu', or majroor, or madzum. The mudafun ilayh is always mansub, marfu', majroor, or madzum. Al-mudafu can be marfu'. This was talking about the mudafun ilay, right? Here is talking about the mudaf. Can be marfu', mansub, or majroor. The mudaf can be marfu', mansub, or majroor. Al-mudaf always takes tanween. Al-mudaf always takes tanween. True or false? Al-mudaf can take al. True or false? Al-mudaf can take al. And if you go through these questions and understand them well, all the questions, right, from lesson 13, this lesson is 14, then we'll have questions from lesson 15, what would happen is you will get a comprehensive understanding of each one of these subjects, because the questions are set in such a way to help you to understand the subject in a better way. So the first answer, tilka ayatun, means these ayats. It can't mean these, it is those, right? Those are ayats, those are signs, right? It's not those signs. Tilkal ayat, if you have alif and lam here, that would make it those signs. But those are signs, we said, ayat is plural, right? Ayat is plural, is ghayr aqil. So when the ismul ishara is connected to the khabar, that is ghayr aqil, or any other thing, even if it is sifa that describes it, then the ismul ishara takes the singular feminine form, even if the word that it's talking about is mudhakkar. In this case, ayatun is ayat, and ayah, the singular, is muannas. So then that would be easy to really agree with. But if we have, let us say, kutub, kitab is a singular, mufrad, it's masculine, kutub is plural. You want to put the ismul ishar next to it, you have to say tilkal or tilka kutubun. Tilkal kutubu or tilka kutubun. Okay? Because book is غير عاقل. It is not something that has aql. It's without aql. It's without intellect. Al-muraqqab al-idafi means the possessive phrase. This is true. It means the possessive phrase. The possessive expression is called al-idafa in Arabic. This is true also. Possessive expression is called al-idafa in Arabic. In some cases, the mudaf can be prefixed with al. This is not true. This is false. The mudaf is never ever prefixed with al. The mudafun ilayh is always mansoob, marfu, majroor. It's always majroor. Always majroor. It cannot be marfu or mansoob. Majzoom is only for fi'l. And the mudafun ilayh can only be an ism. So it's either one of these three. But it is always, always, always majroor. Note these are principles that you can write down now. The mudaf can be marfu or mansoob or majroor. And this is correct. This is true. Right? And mudaf always takes tanween. This is not true. The mudaf never takes tanween. Never takes tanween, right? And mudaf can take al. This is also untrue. This is incorrect. Right? This is false. B is correct answer. If the mudaf has a sifa, it should come immediately after the mudaf with a definite article al, and it carries the same i'rab as the mudaf. True or false? If the mudaf has a sifa, right? The mudaf has a sifa. We have mudaf ilayh. If the mudaf has a characteristic, a sifa, this sifa should come immediately after the mudaf with a definite article al, right? So it should have al. The sifa should have al on it, and it carries the same i'rab as the mudaf. Is this true or false? If the mudafun ilayh has a sifa, this is not the mudaf now, this is the mudafun ilayh. If the mudafun ilayh has a sifa, it should come immediately after it, that is after the mudafun ilayh, and it carries the same i'rab as the mudafun ilayh. Is this true or false? If the mudaf ilayh has a sifa, it should come immediately after the mudafun ilayh. The sifa, the adjective, should come immediately after the mudaf ilayh, and it carries the same i'rab as the mudaf ilayh. True or false? Lesson 15, test for lesson 15, the descriptive phrase. The descriptive phrase is translated as al-murakkab al-wasfi, al-murakkab al-ishari, al-murakkab al-idafi. The descriptive phrase is translated as al-murakkab al-wasfi, al-murakkab al-ishari, al-murakkab al-idafi. None of the mentioned above. Al-murakkab al-wasfi is a type of phrase wherein one noun, that is one ism, describes another. Is this true or false? Al-murakkab al-wasfi is a type of phrase wherein one noun, that is one ism, describes another ism. True or false? The object being described is called sifa or na'at. As-sifa, as-sifatu, or an-na'atu. True or false? The object being described is called sifa or na'at. True or false? The describing ism, that is the adjective, is called sifa or na'at. Is this true or false? The describing ism, that is the adjective, is called sifa or na'at. In Arabic, the adjective, that is a sifa, comes before the noun. True or false? In Arabic, the adjective, that is a sifa, comes before the noun. True or false? Okay, so we're going to answer here. if the mudaf has a sifa, it should come immediately after the mudaf. This is not correct. If the mudaf has a sifa, it can't come after the mudaf because it would be between the mudaf and the mudaf ilayh, and this is not possible. The mudaf and the mudaf ilayh, in order for it to be a complete phrase, in order to be a structure, the two must come together. Okay, so it doesn't matter what else comes after it. This is false with the definite article, and it carries the same i'rab. All of that is, it doesn't matter, right? It is false. Now, if the mudaf ilayh has a sifa, if the mudaf ilayh has a sifa, the sifa comes immediately after the mudaf ilayh, and it carries the same i'rab as the mudaf ilayh, this is true. Okay, so if the mudaf ilayh has a sifa, it should come there immediately, or it comes immediately after the mudaf ilayh, and it carries the same i'rab as the mudaf ilayh. That is correct, right? That is correct. The descriptive phrase is translated as al-murakkab al-wasfi or al-murakkab al-tawsifi, right? Murakkab al-wasfi or murakkab al-tawsifi. Al-murakkab al-wasfi is a type of phrase wherein one noun describes another. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an adjective, and an adjective describes its noun. In English, it's the same thing. The object being described is called sifa or na'at. Is this true or false? The object that is being described, not the description. The object is being described. This is false. What is being described is called the mawsuf or the man'ud. The describing ism, that is the adjective, is called sifa. That is correct, right? The adjective is called sifa or na'at. This is true. In Arabic, the adjective, that is a sifa, comes before the noun. This is false. The adjective comes after the noun. Waladun tayyibun. The adjective, sifa or na'at, corresponds to the noun, the mawsuf or man'ut, that it describes in all four areas that are characteristic for an ism. Its number that is added, so the sifa has to agree with the mawsuf in its added, be it mufrad or musanna or jam, in its case, in its being mansub or marfu or majrur, in its gender, be it muzakkar or mu'annas, in its being definite, ma'arifa or nakira. So is this true or false? The adjective, the sifa or na'at, corresponds to the noun that it describes, the mawsuf or the man'ut. It describes in all four areas that is characteristic for an ism. Its number, its added, its jins, its i'rab, its case, its gender, its jins, and its tankir wa ta'arif. It's being indefinite or definite. True or false? A case ending sign refers to placing a mark or vowel, a haraka, on the last letter of the ism, of any ism, right, to indicate its grammatical function in a sentence. A case ending sign refers to placing a mark or vowel, haraka, on the last letter of the ism to indicate its grammatical function in a sentence. True or false? Arabic grammar, Nahu, is generally about case ending analysis. I'rab, right, is generally about it because it also includes bina, which is mabni. It is i'rab and mabni. It's i'rab and bina, right? Which bina is talking about mabni, and it explains why a word takes a particular case ending sign. So this subject, the i'rab, tells us about the case ending sign and why an object takes this sign. So Arabic grammar, Nahu, is generally about case ending analysis, i'rab, and it explains why a word takes a particular case ending sign. True or false? Raf or marfu are words marked with fatha on their last letter when definite, or tanween fatha when indefinite. Raf or marfu are words marked with fatha on their last letter when definite and tanween when indefinite. True or false? Mufradun wa jam' taksir is generally mansub with fatha, dhamma, kasra or sukun. Mufradun wa jam' taksir is generally mansub with a fatha, with a dhamma, with a kasra, with a sukun. Jam' al-mudhakkar al-salim is majrur with fatha or al-ya or kasra or al-waw. Jam' al-mudhakkar al-salim is majrur with fatha or al-ya or kasra or al-waw. The sifa or na'at corresponds to the noun, the mawsuf or man'ut, that describes in all four areas that are characteristic for an ism: its number, its case, its gender, its definiteness or indefiniteness. This is correct. This is true. It agrees with it in all 4 areas. A case-ending sign refers to placing a mark or vowel, a haraka, on the last letter of the ism to indicate its grammatical function in a sentence. This is correct. Arabic grammar Nahwu is generally about case-ending analysis, Arab, and it explains why a word takes a particular case-ending sign. This is true. Raf'un or marfu', these are words marked with fatha on their last letter when definite and tanween when indefinite. This is false. Marfu' is marked with dhamma or tanween dhamma when indefinite. Dhamma when definite, tanween dhamma when indefinite. Mufrad, jamu taksir, is generally mansub with, was it mansub with? Fatha, dhamma, kasra, sukun, fatha. Right? It's generally mansub with fatha. Jamu al-mudhakkar salim is majrur with fatha, al-ya'u, kasratu, or al-waw. It is generally, it is majrur with a ya. So, alhamdulillah. So we have completed our tests. I just want to finish off these areas quickly. I want you to pay attention to this table, inshallah. So whatever you got, inshallah, in all of that, you know where your misunderstanding is. So let us go with this one. See how you do in this, inshallah. I'm not going to give you a lot of time for this. I want to see how fast you can do this, right? It is jama', it is muzakkar, it is nakira, it is marfu. Oh, but this is Arabic, so you would have to get time for it. We're talking about something that is jama'. It's muzakkar, it's nakira, it's marfu', it's jam', so it has to be, it's jam' is muzakkar, it's nakira, it's marfu', it's muslimun. Here the answer is muslimun. It's muthanna, it's muannath, it's muannath, right? It's nakira, it's mansub, it's muthanna, it's muannath, it is nakira, it's mansub, muthanna, it's muannas. So it's muslimatan. That's the first thing, right? It's nakira. It's nakira. So there don't have to be any alif. So it's muslimataini because it's mansub, right? So that's how we have to work. And it's muslimatain, right? But I put it inna to indicate that it's muslimatain. It is mufrad, muzakkar, nakira. It's mufrad. So when you talk about mufrad, you're talking about one. So it only has to be Muslim or muslimatun, right? So it's muzakkar, right? So that takes out muslimatun, right? So we have to check out if it's nakira. Does it have alif and lam? It's muzakkar, nakira, marfu. It is just the word Muslim, right? Because it's marfu, muslimun, right? Nakira. MashaAllah. And all this is going to help you with a full comprehensive understanding of these four categories: the number, the gender, the case, and definiteness. You understand? It's going to help you. We don't have to do any other revision of this. If you go through those questions that I asked, you don't have to do revision of the Muraqab al-Ishari and Wasfi and Idafi in any kind of detail. All you have to do is now apply it, right? Just understand the concept. So we have Muthanna, Muzakkar. So we have Muthanna. Musanna is Musliman. This is Musliman, right? Is Nakira, right? So we know it doesn't have alif and lam, and it is mansub. So it is Muslimaini. Inna Muslimaini. Inna Muslimaini. It's mufrad. It's one. It's mu'annath. It's ma'rifa. It's marfu. It's mufrad. It's one. It's mu'annath. So it's muslimatun, right? It's ma'rifa. So it's alif and lam. So it's al-muslimatu, and it's marfu. So it's al-muslimatu, right? See how we get it? It is jama'. So it's muslimun immediately. It's muzakkar. So it's not mu'annath. So it's not muslimat. It's muzakkar. It's muslimun. It's nakira, right? It's nakira. It's it doesn't have alif and lam, and it's mansub. So it becomes muslimin. Inna muslimina. Inna muslimina. It's mufrad. It's singular. It's one. It's muzakkar. So it's immediately Muslim. It's ma'rifa. It's al-Muslim. It's mansub. Inna al-Muslima. Right? Inna al-Muslima. You see how you figure it out? We are starting with Muthanna. It is Muthanna. It is Mu'annath. It is Muthanna. So it's two. It's Mu'annath. It has to have taken the alif. So regularly like this, it's Muslimatani. It's Ma'rifa. It's al-Muslimatani. But it is Majrur. So it becomes al-Muslimataini. Ila al-Muslimataini. Ila al-Muslimataini. Right? So that's how you work it out. It's Jama'. It's Muzakkar. It's Jam'. So it's Muslimun. That's the first thing. It's Muzakkar. It's Muslimun. It's Nakira. Alif and Lam drops. So it is majroor, so we put ila in front again.
It's ila muslimaini. Ila muslimaini.
It's mufrad. It's one. It's muannas, so it's muslimatun. It's ma'arifah, right? It's ma'arifah, so it's al-muslimatu. So it's mansub. It's al-muslimata. So it's innal muslimata. Innal muslimata, right? It's muthanna. It is two. It's mudhakkar, so it's muslimani. It's ma'arifah, so it's al-muslimani. It's mansub, so it's al-muslimaini. Innal muslimaini, right? Innal muslimaini. It's jama', so it's muslimun. It's muannas, sorry. So it's not muslimun, it's muannas. It's muslimatun, it's nakira, right? It's nakira, so it doesn't have alif and lam, and it's mansub. So it's muslimatin. Ila inna muslimatin. We say muslimat is mansub bi kasra. Is mansub bi kasra. It's mansub and majroor bi kasra. This is the special characteristic of the jama' al-muannas al-salim, right? You understand? It's oh Allah. Anyhow, it's muthanna, it's muannas, it's ma'arif, it's marfu. So it's muslimatani. It's muannas, muslima, tan. That's the first thing, because muannas, right? It's muthanna. It's muannas, it's ma'arifa, so it has to have alif and lam. It's marfu, muslimatani. It's mufrad. It's muannas. It's nakira. It's marfu. So this is easy. It's mufrad, so it's one. It's muannas, so it's muslima, right? It's nakira. The alif and lam is not there. It's marfu, so it's muslimatun, right? Muslimatun. It's jama'. It's plural. It's mudhakkar, so it's muslimuna. It's ma'arifa, so it's al-muslimuna. It's majroor, so ila al-muslimina. Ila al-muslimina. You understand? Mufradun. Mudhakkarun. So what you should do is go over back. You see this test, this particular video. You should go over back in detail, like all the other review that I did. All the other review that I did, you should go over back, because the test would be consisting of some of these things. Maybe some of these same questions, Allah knows best, because I still have to test your ability to comprehend the concepts. So I would want to do that, right? But I have an intense vocabulary test. Intense vocabulary test. You have to know the vocab. All the vocab that we did, inshallah. And I am going to include some of the vocab for what muthanna means, what muannas means, what's ma'arifa, what's marfu'. All of these words also, because we have the vocabulary list now out, and you can really go at it. So spend time with it. Mufradun, mudhakkarun, nakiratun, mansub. Mufradun, it is singular, right? It is mudhakkar. So it's Muslim. It's nakira, right? It is just Muslim and it's mansub. Inna musliman. Inna musliman. It's muthanna, it's dual, it's mudhakkar, right? So it's muslima, is mudhakkar, it's muslimani, it's ma'arifa. So it's have al-muslimani, and it's marfu. So it remains al-muslimani, right? Nothing else with it. Jama' is muslimun, it's muannas, so it's muslimat. It's not one, it's not muslimun, it's muslimat. It's nakira, right? So it does not have alif and lam. So it's marfu. It's just muslimatun. There is nothing else to it, because it is marfu'a with dhamma. It's jama', it's mudhakkar, it's ma'arifa, it's marfu', it's jama'. It's muslimun, because this is ma'arifa, so it's al-muslimun. It's marfu, so it's just al-muslimun. Nothing added to it. Muthanna, so marfu, it doesn't change. It's default. Muthanna is dual. Mudhakkar, right, is muthanna. Mudhakkar, so it's musliman, it's not muslimatan, it's nakira, so there's no al in front of it, so it's musliman, it's majroor. So ila muslimaini, it's mufrad, it's one, it's muannas, so it's muslimatun. Ma'arifa, it's al muslimatu, right? It's majroor. So ila al muslimati, so you see how we're getting it, right? It's muthanna, right? It is dual. It is dual, it's muannas, so it's muslimatani, it's nakira, so there's no alif and lam, it's majroor, so it becomes muslimataini. Ila muslimataini, it's jama', it's muannas, so it's muslimat, right? Ma'arifa, so it's al-muslimat, it's majroor bil kasra, right? So ila muslimati, muthanna, it is two, so it's muslima Muslimani, because mudhakkar, it's ma'arifa, so it's al-musliman, it's majroor, so it's al-muslimaini, ila al-muslimaini. Ila is for majroor, inna is for mansub, and when it has nothing in front of it, it is regular marfu'. Jama, mudhakkar, ma'arifa. Muslimun, immediately, ma'arifa, al-muslimun, it's mansub. Inna al-muslimina. And this also would help you to know what is mansub or not. You also put in inna in front of it. You also put in ila in front of it, right? That is very important. It's mufrad. Mufrad. It's just one. Muzakkar, Muslim. It's ma'arifa, so it has alif and lam. It's marfu. Al-Muslimu. It is jama. Jama. So it's muannas, so it's muslimat, right? It's muslimat. It's ma'arifa, so al-muslimat is marfu. Al-muslimatu. Al-muslimatu. It's muthanna. So it's muthanna. Muzakkar. Nakira. Marfu. So it's nakira, there's no alif and lam, so it's muslimani. Mufradun. One again. So it's Muslim, Muzakkar, Muslim. Nakira. So it's Muslim. Majroor. Ila Muslimin. Ila Muslimin. It's Musanna. It's dual. Muslimatani. Right? See? Muannas is ma'arifa. So it's al-muslimatan. It's mansub. So it becomes innal muslimataini. Innal muslimataini. It's mufrad. It's singular. It's muannas. It is nakira. It's mansub. It is mufrad. So it's one. It's muannas, muslimatun. It's nakira, still muslimatun. Mansub, muslimatan. Inna muslimatan. Inna muslimatan. It's jama'. It's plural, muannas. It is muslimat. Jama' is either muslimun or muslimat. It's muannas, so it becomes muslimat. It's nakira, so we don't change it. It's muslimatun. It's majroor, so ila muslimatin. Ila muslimatin. It is musanna. And it is mu'annas. Musanna, mu'annas. Right? So it's muslimatan. It's nakira. So it's remain muslimatan. Marfu, muslimatani. Right? It's nakira. It's marfu. So it's muslimatani. Muslimatani. Right? It's mufrad. It's one. Mu'annas, muslimatun. Nakira, muslimatun. Majur. So it becomes muslimatin. Ila muslimatin. So you understand how we get it, right? It is jama'. Jam, Muslim, Muna or Muslimat. Muannas, so it's Muslimat. It's ma'arifa, al-Muslimat, it's mansub. Innal Muslimati. Innal Muslimati. Remember we said that? Right? Innal Muslimat, it's mansub. The jama, Muannas, al-Salim is mansub bi kasra. It's majroor and mansub bi kasra. Inshallah, I'll send a template. You just go over it back, inshallah. You follow this video. Go over this video back, inshallah. It is excellent practice for you. When you know this, brothers and sisters, you would have had a grip of a very important aspect of the language. You would have covered four things. You would have covered number, that is mufrad, musanna, jam. You would have covered gender, muzakkar and muannas. You would have covered case, marfu, mansub and majroor. And you would have covered definiteness, if it's ma'arif or nakira. Inshallah, the phrase or incomplete statement, the demonstrative phrase. Right? Let us go quickly. Note, if the noun, the ism that is pointed to is definite, that it does not have alif and lam, then it will be a complete sentence. We just did that, inshallah. For example, hada walad means this is a boy. The murakkab al-ishari here does not have alif and lam, so it's a complete statement. If the predicate, the khabar, is also definite, the khabar, then a suitable pronoun, damir, should be added between the subject here, which is a demonstrative pronoun, and the predicate, for it to remain a complete sentence. So if you want to keep it as a complete sentence, and you have an alif and lam added to the walad, so it becomes hadha al-waladu, right? This hadha al-waladu means this is a boy. Hadha al-waladu means this boy. Okay. Now, if you want to keep it as a complete sentence, you put a damir, a suitable damir in between here. So it would be hadha huwal waladu, right? Or hadha huwal kitabu. This is the book. Okay. That is explained in the I explained that in detail in the questions that I gave. If no pronoun is added, it would remain as an incomplete sentence. It would remain as an incomplete sentence. This is called a demonstrative phrase, al-murakkab al-ishari, which is hadha al-kitabu. The hu is dropped, right? Alif and lam is added to the mushar ilay. This is the mushar ilay. The thing that is pointed to is walad, right? In this case, kitab. So we drop off that, and it becomes this book. This book. Okay. I don't have time to go over it back. So you just listen to the video, inshallah, for any further explanation. Let us get this demonstrated for now. I want you to see how quickly you can answer this. This is essential for you, right? اسم الإشارة للقريب اسم الإشارة للبعيد. مفرد مذكر is هذا. مؤنث is للقريب is هذه. You're supposed to know this like that. هذه. Okay, it means this is, right? This is masculine singular. This is feminine singular. هذه. Feminine, هذه is feminine singular. This is مذكر, here is ذلك. See how we get it? Come on quickly, right? ذلك. The مؤنث for the mufrad is tilka. Tilka hududullah. Tilka ayatullah. And all of these are, this means that is, for ذلك is masculine singular, tilka is feminine singular, right? And this is, all of this is mabni. The i'rab is, it's mabni. For the musanna, there is a change. It is morab, right? Inshallah. Okay, raf, hadani, hadani. Okay? And for the feminine is hatani, hatani. For the feminine is hatani. And it means these are two. Hadani, masculine dual. These are two. Feminine singular, hatani. Dhanika, sorry. Dhanika for the mudhakkar. Dhanika. And for the muannas is tanika. Tanika. Right? And these are, and that means those two are, or those are two. Right? Those are two. This is morab. Right? So here we have muthanna, nasb, and jar, right? They are one and same. They are one and the same. They are the same structure, right? So we have hadani. We change this to ya, so it becomes hadaini. Hadaini. This changed to ya again. Hataini. Hataini. Okay. So these mean same. These are two, right? These two are, or these are two. I prefer the translation. These are two. Dhanika becomes dhainika. Dhainika and tainika. We change the alif in all these cases to ya. That's all that happens, right? All that happens is the alif change to ya. So it becomes tainika, and this is also those two are, or those are two. Those is morab, right? For the jam, for the muzakkar and muannas, it's haulai. For the qarib, and this means these are. These are. Notice I put in the is and the are next to it because that is implied. And then for the plural, it's ulaika, ulaika, ulaika. Those are. And this is mabni, mabni. Amthilatun lil jumlatil ismiyati wal muraqqab al ishari. So we have these examples, and I did only a few, inshallah. So you have a jumlatul ismiyya, al muraqqab al ishari, right? So we have hada. Hada kitabun is, this means this is a book. That's a jumlatul ismiyya, right? That's a full jumlatul ismiyya. If you want to make it muraqqab al-ishari, we put alif and lam in front. If you want to make it al-muraqqab al-ishari, which would mean this book now, right? That would be a phrase. Okay? So it would be hada al-kitabu. Hada al-kitabu means this book. If we want to keep it as a sentence with the alif and lam, we put huwa in between. Hada huwa al-kitabu. This is the book. This is the book. Notice the difference in translation. This is the book. Hada huwa al-kitabu. Let us get another example here. Right? Tilka bintun. Tilka bintun. This is a straightforward sentence. How does it translate? Come quickly. That is a girl. Okay. Now we want to keep it. We want to make it muraqqab al-ishari. So what do? Add alif and lam. Tilkal bintu. That girl. That girl. Okay. Now we want to keep it as a sentence with the alif and lam. What do? We add a suitable damir. This is feminine and it is singular, so we have to have a suitable damir. Tilka hiyal bintu. Here. We can't put tilka hunnal bintu. That would be incorrect, right? Tilka hiyal bintu. This is the girl. Final example. Tilka ayatun. Tilka ayatun means those are signs. Ayat. Those are ayat. Those are signs. Those are ayat. I prefer to translate ayat as signs. Right? Let us get this other one. Tilkal ayatu is the muraqqab al-ishari. I put alif and lam, so it becomes those signs, those signs. Finally, inshallah, in this, and this should give you a clear understanding now, fully clear understanding. I want to keep it tilka al-ayatu. Now, as I said, this is jama', right? It's signs, not one sign, right? But why does it take tilka and not ulaika? Because when what is described is غير عاقل, it does not have intellect. Ayat is not something that has intellect, right? Whatever describes it, take the feminine singular. So this is feminine singular here, right? Ayat. Even if the word is masculine, for example, kutub, kitab is masculine, kitabun, right? Kitabun. When we change it, kutub to kutub, it becomes tilka kutubun, okay? Or hadihi kutubun. You understand? Tilka hiya al-ayat. Tilka hiya al-ayatu. This is a mistake here. It has tanween. Should be ayatu. Okay? Okay. Those are the signs. All right. So I think this is clear for Muraqab al-Ishari. Right? Inshallah. The possessive expression al-idafa. The possessive expression is called al-idafa in Arabic, and it means adding or annexing. It is to add one noun to another to form a relationship of possession. Here is somebody possessing something else, the teacher's book, right? And this is called idafa. That's basically it. The teacher's book, what is this phrase called? Idafa. It's two nouns coming together in a possessive expression. It shows ownership of one thing over another. That's all about a possessive expression, right? It has two parts. One is mudaf, the other, that is the thing possessed, is the mudaf, and the owner or the one that possesses it is the mudafun ilayh. Like the bab al-bayt, the bayt is the mudafun ilayh. The bab is a thing that is possessed, so it's mudaf. So mudaf is a thing that is possessed. Al-bayt is mudafun ilayh, right? The door of the house or the house's door. Al-mudaf can be definite when the mudafun ilayh is definite. The mudafun ilayh is definite, then the mudaf is definite. The mudafun ilayh is indefinite, then the mudaf is indefinite. That's basically it. Bab al-bayti, the bayt is definite. So all you have to do is look at the mudafun ilayh. If you see the mudafun ilayh is definite, then you know the mudaf is definite. In this case, bab is mudaf. And this is called al-mudafu ila ma'rifa, the mudaf that is connected to the ma'rifa, right? So it is ma'rifa. Al-mudaf ila ma'rifa, ma'rifa. The mudaf to the ma'rifa is itself ma'rifa, and it can be indefinite. When the mudafun ilayh is indefinite, imamu masjidin, the mudafun ilayh is indefinite, so it is indefinite. In all cases, mudaf can never be prefixed with al, alif and lam. Right? The mudaf never takes alif and lam, and it never takes tanween. Okay, inshallah. So that is clear. This page is a very good expression of the possessed noun. The mudaf takes different cases, while the mudaf ilayh can take the genitive case only. That is halat al-jar. It is only majroor. The mudaf ilayh is only majroor, only majroor, only majroor. But the mudaf can take all the different cases. Okay. So let us get some example of this, inshallah. Here we have Kitabu Muhammadin. We have mudaf and mudafun ilayh. Kitab is mudaf. Muhammad is mudafun ilayh. Kitab is mudaf. Muhammad is mudafun ilayh. Okay. So we have three scenarios here to show what is correct. So it cannot be Kitabun Muhammadin. It can't be that. Okay. Because the mudaf never takes tanween. Never. Kitabu Muhammadin. Nahdif tanween in the idafa. So for the idafa, for the state, we drop off the tanween, okay? Al-Kitabu Muhammadin, we say the mudaf never takes alif and lam, so it is Kitabu Muhammadin. Na'zif alif and lam in the idafa. So at the time of idafa, we drop the alif and lam. So it's Kitabu Muhammadin. So that is second scenario. So you study this table also, and you have a good idea of what is going on. Kitabu Muhammadun. This is incorrect because Muhammad, the mudafun ilayh has to always be majroor, always be majroor. So it's Kitabu Muhammadin. Mudafun ilayh is always majroor. It can be with kasra or with anything else. Depends on it. If it was jama' mudhakkar salim, it would be majroor biya. If it was muthanna, it would be majroor biya. Right? So it was if it is jam' mu'annath salim, it is majroor biya. Let us get examples of idafa showing the different i'rab on the mudaf. As we said, the mudafun ilayh is always majroor, as we see here. The mudaf can change. Okay, so let us get some examples to get this. So the mudaf taking dhamma. The mudaf taking dhamma, right? Kitabu at-talibi. At-talibi is always majrur. Look, majrur. Kitabu, there's nothing in front of it, so it becomes kitabu at-talibi, right? So it's marfu, it takes a dhamma. The mudaf takes a dhamma. That's halat al-raf. Okay? Kitabu. Okay? Talibin. Right? We're going to deal with the talibin at the end because all of them are majrur. Okay? So, taking kasra. The mudaf taking kasra. Takes kasra is halat al-jar, is majrur. Right? Ala comes in front of the mudaf. It becomes ala maktabil mudarrisi. Ala maktabil mudarrisi. So we see it is majrur bi kasra. It is majrur. It's halat al-jar. Okay? Ala makes it majrur. So ala maktabil mudarrisi. So the mudaf taking fatha. Okay? That is, it is mansub, right? It is, here the sentence, the example is ra'aytu, which means I saw maktabal mudarrisi. This is maf'ulun bihi, mansub fatha. So it's halatun nasbi. Halatun nasbi. Ra'aytu maktabal mudarrisi. Okay? Now, so that is mansub, as we see there. Now, what is the case with the mudafun ilayh? What did we say? It's always majroor. Always majroor. So look, always majroor. All are majroor. So that's why we could have used one expression for all of it by bringing that circle around all at the same time. So that is inshallah in relation to al-mudafun ilayh. And the mudaf. What's relating to the possessive expression? Sometimes in a phrase there is more than one possessed mudaf, and there is more than one owner mudafun ilayh. These are three words coming together. The first, in this situation here, the first ism is always mudaf, always mudaf. The last one is always mudafun ilayh, always mudafun ilayh. The middle one is first mudafun ilayh to the first one. Because we have a mudaf, and we said any expression of possession has to have two words together, two words together. We can't have anything in between. So this one is mudaf, this one is mudafun ilayh, right? So the mudafun ilayh take a kasra. Then this one here becomes mudaf to the rajul, and the rajul becomes mudafun ilayh. So this is mudaf here, right? That is mudaf. So bab al-bayti, bab is, this is the door of the house, right, of the rajul, right? So the bayt is mudafun ilayh, and it's also now the mudaf for the rajul. So it's the rajul is mudafun ilayh. So is the door of the house of the man, the door of the house of the man. Okay, inshallah, or the door of the man's house. So that's the first concept. The second thing is, if the mudaf, that is this, has a sifa, it should come immediately after the mudafun ilayh, not the mudaf, right? Let's get the example. This is the mudaf, this is the mudafun ilayh, this is the sifa, this is the adjective that describes the bab, it's describing the bab, okay? So the bab is new, the bab is jadid. So if the mudaf has a sifa, this mudaf has a sifa, right? It comes directly after the mudafun ilayh. It has to come directly after mudafun ilayh. There can't be anything between here either. With the definite article, and it comes with the definite article because bab is basically considered definite, right? And it carries the i'rab of the mudaf, and it carries the i'rab of the mudaf. So if the mudaf is marfu, it is marfu. If it's mansub, it's mansub. If it's majrur, it's majrur, because the mudaf can be any one of this. Okay, the mudaf. So it takes the same, it comes directly after the mudafun ilayh. Okay, inshallah. So we have Babul Baytil Jadidu, the house's new door. So we're talking about the new door of the house. So this is the sifa here. Okay. So we have, if the mudafun ilayh has a sifa, it should come immediately after it. That is after the mudafun ilayh. The sifa of the mudafun ilayh, the description of the mudafun ilayh has to come after the mudafun ilayh. The sifa of the mudaf has to come after the mudafun ilayh also. Nothing can come between the mudaf and the mudafun ilayh. Nothing. That would not make it mudafun ilayh anymore. Okay? So that is what is essential to understand. The sifa of the mudaf or the mudafun ilayh comes after the mudafun ilayh. the sifa of the mudaf take the i'rab of the mudaf. The sifa of the mudafun ilayh take the i'rab of the mudafun ilayh. The sifa of the mudaf has alif and lam. The sifa of the mudafun ilayh takes whatever characteristic goes here. What if it has alif and lam, then it has alif and lam. If it doesn't have alif and lam, then it doesn't have alif and lam. That's basic. That's a summary of that particular page, inshallah. So let us move on. So this here is the door of the new house. The descriptive adjective or adjectival phrase. Al-murakkab al-wasfi is the, or murakkab al-tawsifi is the adjectival phrase. This type of phrase is one wherein one noun describes another, one ism describes another. The describing ism is called sifa, as-sifa. So the thing that is, the word that is used to describe is called sifa or naat, which is the adjective. And this is the same as in English, right? The object being described is called mawsuf, al-mawsuf or al-man'ut or man'ut. Okay, so these are two different words. These are two different words for the same concept. Sifa and naat is one concept. Al-mawsuf, al-man'ut is what is being described, the object. Example, a good boy. Waladun jayyidun is a good boy. Waladun is the mawsuf. It was what is being described, or man'ut. Jayyid is a sifa or not. So waladun is mawsuf, is a thing that is being described. So you're talking about a boy, waladun jayyidun. In the English language, the adjective, the description comes before the noun. In English, right? In English language, the adjective comes before the noun. That's a good boy or a lazy student. In Arabic, the adjective comes after the noun. That is waladun jayyidun or talibun kaslanu. If translated, it literally means a good boy, a boy good, or a student lazy. Okay? But we know that that's not the correct translation. It's a good boy or a lazy student. It is just because of the way it's structured in the English language. So I think we understand that. It's just a matter of going over that, inshallah, again by yourself. And for this, for the revision of those 3 lessons, you take it from this alone, and that's it. You don't have to go back those 3 lessons, except maybe for the vocabulary, and I've already given you the vocabulary list. So to do a proper review, go back to these slides. Go back to the review slides, inshallah. The adjective, the sifa or the naat, correspond to the noun, that's the man'ut or the mawsuf, that describes in all 4 areas that affect an ism. So in the case it is marfu, or in its case, that's the 4th way in which it agrees. The naat agrees with the mawsuf. It's being marfu or majroor or mansub. In its case, in its being marfu or majroor or mansub. So the naat agrees with the sifa or the mawsuf in its case. If it is marfu, then if the mawsuf is marfu, then the naat is marfu. If it is majroor, then it's majroor. Then if it is mansub, then it is mansub. The adjective, that is the naat or the sifa, has the same case as the mawsuf or the man'ut. Okay? If the noun is marfu, its sifa will be marfu. I should have put all of this in Arabic. Right? If the ism is marfu, its sifa will be marfu. Like ad-darsu sa'bun, which means a difficult lesson. Sa'b means difficult. If we say ad-darsu sa'bun, it means the lesson is difficult. But we want to say the difficult lesson, we say ad-darsu sa'bun. Okay? Ad-darsu sa'bun. If the noun, that is mansub, if the mawsuf is mansub, its adjective, its sifa will be mansub. Okay? And if it is majroor, if the noun is the mawsuf is majroor, the adjective will be majroor. Like sadiqin maridin. Here the sadiq is majroor, so marid is majroor. Okay? And you see it takes tanween. See, it doesn't take alif and lam, right? And that's because it agrees. So the naat corresponds to the mawsuf, or the sifa corresponds to the man'ut in its definiteness, fil ma'arifa wa tankir, in its definiteness and indefiniteness. So if the noun is ma'arifa, the mawsuf is ma'arifa, then the adjective, the sifa is ma'arifa. Example, al-maktabul qadimu. Al-maktab is the mawsuf, it is ma'arifa, right? The old table. So its adjective, its sifa has to be ma'arifa. It has to be ma'arifa. And al-madinatul kabiratu. Al-madina is this the mawsuf? It is it has alif and lam, right? It is ma'rifah. So its sifa or its not has to be ma'rifah, the big city. And when the noun is nakira, the adjective is nakira. When the noun, the mawsuf, the thing that is being described is nakira, it's indefinite, then the adjective, the sifa or the not, is nakira. Like kitabun jadidun. Kitab is the mawsuf, is a noun here that is being described. Jadid is the adjective, right? Is the sifa or the not. So it is kitabun jadidun, a new book, or rajulun fakirun, a poor man. Okay, a poor man. Okay, rajulun is what is being described. What about a rajul? He is poor. Okay, but it is nakira. Rajulun is nakira, so fakir has to be nakira. If a noun, if the mawsuf or the man'ud is mudhakkar, the sifa or the not is mudhakkar. Example, waladun saghirun, right? It is mudhakkar. Walad is mudhakkar, so saghir is mudhakkar. Waladun saghir, a young boy. And muhandisun shahirun, the muhandis who is famous. Okay. Here the noun is the adjective is muanna, is mudhakkar. Okay. So shahir is mudhakkar, right? And if the noun is muannas, its adjective is muannas. The adjective is muannas. Bintun saghiratun. So bint is muannas, so saghira becomes muannas, a young girl. Okay. Tuffahatun lazizatun. Tuffahatun is muannas, so lazizatun, which is the not or the sifa, becomes muannas, so a tasty apple. Final thing in this is the number. In the number, it agrees in number. All of the examples that we have here are mufrad, all of them. Dars is mufrad, so Sa'b is mufrad. Sadiq is mufrad, so Marid is mufrad. Al-Maktab is mufrad. Qadim is mufrad. Rajul is mufrad. Fakir is mufrad. Kitab is mufrad, is singular. Jadid is mufrad. Jadid is singular. Madina is mufrad. Kabir is mufrad. Walad is mufrad. Saghir is mufrad. They are all singular, right? Muhandis is singular. Shahir is singular. Bint is mufrad. Saghira is mufrad, right? So we have two examples now with muhandisani. Muhandisani is two. Muhandisun is one muhandis. Muhandisani is two muhandis, right? So we have muhandisani shahirani. So you check what the mawsuf is, and then you adjust the sifa to agree. So you check it, muhandisani shahirani, right? So if it is plural, muhandisuna, then it has to be the mawsuf, the sifa. If the mawsuf is muhandisuna, that is jama', then the sifa, the descriptive noun, is mujtahiduna. It has to agree in that area also, right? So that is basically it, inshallah. Case ending signs. A case ending sign refers to placing a mark, a haraka, on the last letter of the ism in a sentence to indicate its grammatical function in that sentence, inshallah. Right? Each ism, according to the sentence, has a specific case. Right? Each ism has a specific case. Even if it is mabni, and if it is fi halat al-raf or fi halat al-nasb or fi halat al-jar, it still has the connotation of a case. Arabic grammar is generally about case ending analysis, and it explains why a word take a particular case ending sign. So Arabic tells you why this is dhamma, why this takes a kasra, why this takes a fatha, right? Because that is what Arabic grammar is about. This subject in Nahu is called i'rab in Arabic, and it is very detailed and sometimes very technical. However, if it is understood well, this would take one a far way into getting a good firm grip of the workings of the Arabic language. So here we're going to close off, inshallah. And we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our efforts and help us. And I hope that this revision was good. Inshallah, I think it was pretty detailed, and I think you should be better off now with your understanding of these three subjects. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help all of us and guide all of us and strengthen all of us to do better, to make us better, to make our understanding, to make this subject easy for us to understand, to give us a good understanding of it so that we can understand His book. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our efforts, our time that we are giving with barakah. Let Him put barakah in our time so that inshallah we can benefit from His barakah. Because if Allah gives barakah in the time, then you learn things inshallah in a way that is different. You know, it's different, and if you learn it, if you don't have barakah in the time, your time is going to be effective if Allah put your time in your time barakah, and He can put barakah in the time. All you have to do is make the effort, and you're going to see the difference in the time. Next week, inshallah, we're going to have, next weekend, we're going to have, that's Saturday and Sunday, intense vocabulary test, 2 days of vocabulary test, inshallah. So learn your vocabulary. Today I'm going to send out the link for the Quizlet, inshallah. So make the effort now, and you wouldn't regret it. You make the effort in these 4 days to memorize vocabulary, and you will see the difference even when you go to the Quran for those surahs that, the last 10 surahs with Surah Al-Fatiha and Ayatul Kursi, you would see the difference in your reading of them and your understanding, inshallah. So may Allah help us and guide us. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاكم الله خيرا.